I'm Nate.
Fox.
This is the Bourbon Barrel, but we're not doing bourbon today. Today we're doing rye.
True story.
So we've got three different ryes here for your consideration. We've got the Bulleit rye. We've got this Russel 6-year rye. These are both 90 proofers. And
Right.
then lastly, we have a Whistle Pig 10-year that is 100 proof. So we've been told before that you don't need to age a rye nearly as long as a bourbon to get good results. So a 10-year should yield some pretty fantastic results, you would think. A
And
six
to,
year would also do the same, you would think.
what's the word? And to corroborate what you just said,
Sure.
this is Russell's Wild Turkey. The reason I wanted to do this because I got it and I'd never seen the bottle before. On TV, I've seen it, you know what I mean? Or online, but I've never seen it in one of our stores. And I saw it and it was 50, $60. But I was like, man, anything Wild Turkey at all, if I
Mhm.
see it, I better grab it. Like, when I texted you, I'm like, I'm going to get the Russells because I don't know when I'll see it again. That
That's
was it.
fair.
And I just love Wild Turkey. I think it's a great distillery. Found some stuff that isn't as I don't like as much as others, as have you, I'm sure. But I just wanted to try it. So these are the ryes he had right here, and
hmm
I brought
hmm
this one. I was
hmm
like, that's the one I'm jonesing to open. Let's try it. And I know it's 51% rye, just so they have a rye, but it's still Wild Turkey, and I want to try it
That's fair. And I don't know what the mash bills on this one is. I know. Oh, no,
offhand.
this is 95% rye.
Oh, okay. So
So
that's a
that's
heavy
like the
rye.
actual rye. And I'm assuming Whistle Pig is similar.
Couldn't tell you.
Because Whistle Pig is known for their ryes, so I'm
Well, yeah, it's
assuming
literally like a rye thing
that's
that
like what they
Dave
do.
Pickerel helped him
Yeah.
start before he passed away. Rest in peace.
So
They do
very
have a
good.
bourbon now, which we tried. They
Yeah.
have the piggyback bourbon or whatever. I
hmm
think they might have one or two more that are like higher ends that
Yeah.
whether or not we come across them. But yeah, they're kind of known as ryes. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Um,
without any more, delay,
yeah. Let's
further
do this.
ado.
All right. Let's rock and roll. So yeah,
Okay.
Whistle Pig, Russells, and Bulleit. Bulleit's got a bit of a strangely storied past, and we look. We did the filibuster now,
Yeah.
and I've done Bulleit a few times, and it's not a political show. We're just drinking what we drink and trying what we
But
try.
damn that guy who doesn't think like I
That's right. He's a
do.
knob. He really is. We just did our Knob Creek episode, so knobs are in my head. Insert joke in the comments.
I will not.
Not you, them.
No,
All 71 of
don't
them.
inflate his ego.
Do it. Inflate it. It's cool. He just told me earlier that I'm hung like a horse. You might need some context.
Nope.
We'll just
I
move
don't.
on. But there are some. It's like a specific thing, and it's the way you divide numbers and such. So, um, anyway,
I don't.
yeah, you don't know what to say to that.
I don't know where to go from here.
I'm speechless.
I'm gonna drink.
There you go. That's the whole idea, right? Although, you know what? We don't need reasons to drink. Either one of us.
I have one. I didn't eat it, but I have one
This
now.
is still good. This has never been
This
bad.
is good. It's a lot
I
lighter.
recall tasting this on the
Yeah,
bourbon.
it's a lot lighter, a little fruitier. On the first rye episode, we
The
did.
Bulleit episode, I
Yeah.
think. Didn't we do that? Wait, no. The Bulleit episode, I think, wasn't. It was Orange Label, 10-year, and foolproof.
Yes.
But we did
This we
this
did
in
on
one of
a
the
rye
ryes.
episode,
Yeah.
so it
Yeah.
still holds up as a rye.
And I loved, and we actually both liked that Whistle Pig Road stock. This
Yes.
is open, so you've had this. Do you recall if you liked this or not?
I don't remember. Oh, I think yeah, it was a lot better than the 6-year, but that's to be expected.
You're saying you think we did you say at the beginning of this, not on tape, but before we started taping, that you think we did this together on a show or no?
No, I think
Okay.
this was part of the robes.
Okay, fair enough, fair enough. Whistle Pig does their big annual release is their what's that one called?
Boss Hog.
Boss Hog.
It's like $500.
Yeah. And this year, for the first year of what it's like the eighth, ninth year, I think they've done it, they make they got little statuesque things on the top, right? And there's like nine different ones. So they were trying to imitate Blanton's. So you can
Oh,
collect all of the $500 bottles
that's
with all the different
oh,
mermaids or something like that. It's something
pigs?
like
Would it be a
mermaids.
pig?
I don't.
I would
It's
hope it would be a
something.
pig.
They've been doing this theme with the Boss Hogs that are different themes. Like one was like a samurai theme, one was like something else, and this one had something to do with I want to say like aquatic mermaids, dolphins. I don't know what. I'm a little, I don't remember.
I couldn't tell you.
But the idea that they sold so well for 7 or 8 years, just putting out one offering of a Whistle Pig Boss Hog, and now this year they're like, But why don't we just put a little different thing on each one to see if people like it so much that they actually collect $500 bottles?
I couldn't afford that many $500
I
bottles.
can't afford one $500 bottle.
I could get one,
I
and then I would
well,
cry.
I could get one, but then I
I
would
would,
cry because I'm getting divorced.
yeah,
So I mean,
yeah,
and I
right.
love my wife.
I'd get one, and then I would be like, well, I guess I can't buy anything for the next month and a half. Like,
This is very interesting though, and I sorry, but it's actually working as far as sometimes this does. Like I don't know about you guys, but alcohol sometimes I obviously it's a depressant, but so you're kind of like it'll mellow you out and you maybe it helps you sleep, maybe it doesn't. I know a lot of people have a drink at night, right?
it doesn't really help you sleep if you pass out from alcohol. That's not
Well,
sleep.
maybe it helps other people sleep. No, I anyway. It gives me sometimes, not always, but sometimes it kind of does this where it's doing it now. It's almost like a caffeine thing, which we just did a show with three things of 100 proof. So we both got a little bit of alcohol in our systems. We're not drunk by any such stretch of the imagination. I do that even when I'm not drinking, by the way, in my, addiction, if you will.
The addiction.
Anyway, but this is very interesting because this is 51% rye, this is 95% rye, and it's the same proof.
Mhm.
So this almost might have been a better battle than throwing this in as far as a bat. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Because this is going to be 100, and we don't even know the mash bill, but because Whistle Pig's known as being a rye, it's
Probably
probably
close to
fairly high.
95.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway, nonetheless and notwithstanding, that's very interesting. And the other one that does this is Elijah Craig, and I think there's at least one other that does a rye that they do.
Wild Turkey
Pikesville.
just did one.
But Pikesville is and right,
We
yeah,
have
Wild Turkey
Pikesville.
does one too. Well, this is Wild Turkey, but I mean,
Mhm.
you know what I mean? Yeah, Wild
No,
Turkey.
they
Wild Turkey
rare
has
breed.
yeah. They have
Yeah.
they rye.
Yeah.
There is a 101 rye. I've actually seen the bottle, and I didn't buy it the one time I saw it. It was in Corning. It
Oh,
was
it's they have it at Foster's now.
not bottle at the rye
Hmm.
of
101.
101.
Yep.
When did they didn't when I
Wow.
bought this.
Yeah. It's
I
there.
hate them now.
Well, you
I
got
don't
one.
really. That's a joke. I love those guys.
Anyway, cheers. Russell.
Much softer. You can tell the rye immediately. The
There's
lack of
there's
rye compared to that.
yeah, there's not as much rye in there. It's got a sweeter because there's clearly more corn in
It's
there.
yummy
It's very
though.
tasty. Yes. It it's almost kind of a shame to put that in as a rye just because it's like it's masquerading as a rye. It's a bourbon that acts like a rye or a rye that acts like a bourbon, I
I
guess.
should have bought the Elijah Craig. If I would have just spent the $30, I had a
Yeah.
bottle. We had it on show.
Yep.
I drank it. It's gone. But that was another 51%
Hmm.
from another big company, Heaven Hill versus
Yeah.
this, and Pikesville is 51%, but it's 110 proof. Whereas Elijah Craig, same company, Heaven Hill as Pikesville,
I have
is
that
also
stuff.
51%. Is it yours?
That's my dad's.
Okay.
It's fine.
Yeah. Well, I just saying. Pikesville is kind of a lot of people put that at near the top of their rye lists as
Hmm.
far as specifically as far as normal being able to get it all the times. I didn't realize it was 110. I thought it was like 90, but I was watching to get ready for
Yeah.
this episode. Which I think I did some notes here. You talk now. I'm rambling too much.
Rye, not bourbon. Different, but the same. Kind of weird.
You were talking so fast. I don't know what you said. Excellent, excellent color edit. I appreciate that. Okay. Well, at least the mash bill, 51% rye, 37% corn. So yeah,
Yep.
they didn't do 49% corn, but
Right.
and 12% malted barley. And every time last night, the couple shows I watched to try to learn and see what the hints they got, and we didn't say it, so I'm telling you, other shows said they got a lot of mint on this. So I've never gotten mint on anything. I don't
No.
think. I mean gum or toothpaste, but
Juicy fruit.
it it might be I hate using the word smooth. The smoothest rye I've ever had.
It's not bad. It's definitely like on the second sip I had, there was a little bit more burn, but the first sip was very like there was a lot of notes that were sweeter in that versus the Bulleit rye.
Right.
So I don't know. It's not bad. It's definitely a clean finish.
This is straight rye, and I'm wondering now if the word straight, if you use straight on a bourbon, it has to be aged 2 years. The word straight means it's 2 years or more, and it has to be. That's part of a legal thing
This
too.
is a 10-year rye.
Right. So if it's straight though, that means none of it in here. They couldn't have put anything in here, probably, if the rye is the same as a bourbon, which it might not be.
I
You know
don't
what I
know.
mean? So it
I'm
can't be
not
anything
all
less
up
than
on
2 years.
the laws.
This is one of those things where we could go one of these days because this is Vermont. This is not, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean,
Unless they
well,
had a Bernie. Never mind.
all right then. Who's? Oh, never mind.
There it is.
Sanders. Yeah, he wouldn't know if we said hi to him or not. It's fine.
That's fair.
Aged and bottled by. I'm not even gonna try to pronounce that word.
Como Americo?
There you go.
I don't know.
From Vermont. Anyway, Im- imported from Canada. Look at this.
Mmm. Whistle Pig, what you doing? Getting
Imported from
Canada
Canada.
juice. Shouldn't have done that. He's just a boy. Poor little fella.
Don't know what they can do with that 7 or 8% they don't have to disclose.
Canadian whiskey.
Interesting. And Vermont is clearly very close to
Yeah, they're
Canada.
just trying to go across the border for some fries and gravy, and they came back with Whistle Pig.
Yeah, it's a little questionable. Well, I mean, some of those things sell. I mean, Crown Royal's a big fucking thing. Like, even though we've never tried it ever.
You know what used to be huge was SoCo, and now it's
Yes.
like all but disappeared.
This, you know what? I
I wonder if that's like an age thing. Like kids in college do this shit, but
still see the
after,
bottles.
yeah, we just saw some, but like I don't see it as much anymore, and I feel like it was very prominent when I was in college. Like everyone was like, "We gotta
Right.
do SoCo Amaretto live shots," and I'm like, "You're a moron."
Right. SoCo 100. Is SoCo its own distillery? Is what I always, when it comes
I
up,
don't
when I
know.
even just glance at a bottle or the topic comes up, I'm always like, I, but I never look things up unless it's something we're going to do on the show. There's no reason to research something I'm not planning to do.
Because he'll forget it tomorrow.
That's right. Well, I mean, when I research it, I write it down, but I don't even want to take up the time. We're not.
So, Whistle Pig, 10-year. Here we go. What do you think? You got some?
I got it in the glass. I have not tasted it.
Let's sniff
Are
it.
we? You've not.
No, it's fine. Just put it back in the thing.
Well, I didn't. It's your bottle. I didn't want to. If you were like, dude, I was gonna rinse that off on the floor because I threw it on the floor.
No one was gonna know it fell until you said something.
I
The magic of editing.
Listen. This is all about the bus is eliminated. We throw each other under it. We ride on top of it. We hit cars with it. We don't even care.
He doesn't realize I'm the one that edits.
It's true. It's oh, I probably yeah. That's if it.
Ooh.
Oh,
Ooh.
I want to hear his explanation for ooh before I say.
Ooh. No, you don't.
That's not good.
You go ahead and you take your sip and then you tell me.
Can you tell me, or can't you? Because I don't know. But what this cost? No,
I
ish.
don't know. I want to say it's around $70 for a 10-year, so.
Okay. You want me to taste it first?
Yep. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Um.
Yep.
So
I don't know how long
if
that's
you
going.
eliminate this because it's 51% and this is 95, and we assume this is high, I'm
Mhm.
buying this every day,
Every day.
all the day.
Yeah.
That's what I said.
I don't know how long that's been open, but that is nothing but
It's
straight.
rough.
It's nothing but straight like grain taste. I'm tasting nothing but actual like weeded rye grossness.
From Canada.
Yeah, it's not okay.
You know what's ironic about that though too?
Because that's like known as the rye brand.
Or it is kind of known as
I'm wondering if it's been open too long.
the rye brand. Well, but it's 10 years, and it's 10-year bourbon. It's 10-year rye,
And it fell apart.
and there's something from Canada in there,
Yeah, that's the moose piss talking.
and I think there's a lot of factors and a lot of variables there that we would have to find out
I don't know.
as far as that.
Which sucks because we had the road stock, which
But
was
let's
good.
also say this isn't the worst thing I've ever put in my mouth.
It's pretty
It's
up
not.
there. It's very high up there.
The reason I just poured a little bit of this is because I want to pour a little bit more of that.
I don't.
Oh no, but I want to compare and contrast after I've tasted them. Like this one tastes hotter, okay, than this one does. Even though it's 90 and 100, this one tastes hotter than this, in my opinion. But this one tastes just so much worse as opposed to like the blending
the
or
flavor profile is nothing but straight up like you feel like you're drinking a field. Like it's so bad.
drinking a field.
Yes, like you
Is
know
it a
how
field of dreams?
no, it's a field
Oh.
of just like long grain cow cud. It's awful.
You need to set me up with something I can come back with. When you go with long grain cow cud, I got nothing. I don't
You know
even
how
know.
they have cows like roaming fields and just in the long freaking grains of grass and stuff? That's what I imagine is in their mouth. Just awful. Awful. Yeah.
No, okay.
Hmm.
I challenge you to. You're not driving. Even if no matter know how baby the sip, do this and then this again.
No, I'm not gonna do it.
I
I'm not gonna do it.
I think
You
it
can't
made
make
it
me. I'm not
better.
doing it.
It didn't make it good, but it made it better because this one really throws this off because you could say 90 and 90, but 95% rye, 51% rye. This
Mhm.
throws this off.
Sure.
When I did this and this, I still think I like this one. I think it's balanced better. The flavor is better. The blend is better. If there's small batching, it doesn't say single barrel. It's better than this is. I don't know if it's been open too long or not. It would have to been open for years. There's no
It's
way.
possible it has been. I don't
All
know.
right, but this one when I just did that, it was twice as good as it was the first time because this one in the middle really throws it off. You could say rye, 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 but this is not. That's not anywhere near the same as these.
Hmm.
You know, and I,
I
it,
didn't
it's
have
hard
an
to
issue with
know.
this. I had no issue with this one, even though it's a rye. I had no issue whatsoever.
Right.
This I have all sorts of issue with. I can't get past it, and I refuse to put it in my mouth again. I'm not doing it.
Is it your bottle?
No, that's not
Okay.
nice, but it's awful. It's
Right.
terrible. Wouldn't recommend. 9 out of 10 doctors recommend not doing that to yourself. The tenth one was sick.
And it's okay because we're different people.
Because he
I'm not
drank
gonna.
it.
I don't remember. You're saying you think it's 50, $60 right, or something like that.
I think
10
it's
years,
I think it's at
70.
least 60 for the 10-year Whistle Pig, which
I think if you're gonna try Whistle Pig, you start with their piggyback rye. I think that's kind of like their main rye, their kind of baseline rye, and I think it's around 90 proof.
yep. So
Um,
anywhere between 43 and 90
it's
bucks.
a pretty wide.
Yeah. I'm seeing a lot of like 80s and 90s, so I would say you're probably closer to finding it for 80 or 90, but
To balance the brand for you, when we did our fireside chat episode and I pulled out that Whistle Pig bourbon and he didn't
hmm
know I had it have it. He didn't know I had it at the time because during the fireside chat we were just tasting what we tasted while we talked about what went on in the past year and a half and what we want to do and stuff. He liked it too, and so did I. We were both like, "Oh, this is pretty." It's 6 year aged. It says right on it, and it's a bourbon. And it's mostly all sourced, if not completely. There might be the rye content probably in that bourbon is their Whistle Pig rye content, but it's probably not. Their bourbon isn't theirs probably. Anyway, we both liked it. So Whistle Pig's not shit. We liked the road stock. This one,
it's not
we're
good.
complete. That's what I'm saying. It's not. We're not town branching it. We're not
I don't know how long.
HDCing it.
I don't know how long it's been open.
I think you should taste it again.
I'm not doing that.
I think you should
Nope,
taste it again.
not doing
You
it.
guys should
You
vote.
can no, not
If
happening,
there's
bro.
enough thumbs up, he'll drink it. If you have to get 69 likes on this episode, and he will taste this again on an episode.
I won't though.
I You're not helping.
I know.
I
It's gross.
it's not. It's
It's
not.
pretty gross, bro.
You gotta double try it.
Yeah, I got a double nothing.
You just haven't you ever like
Not wanted to do something like drink that?
haven't you
Yes,
ever had that
100%.
awkward encounter with that? He's single. With that awkward encounter with a girl, and the first time was kind of, but then you get to know each other, and you both kind of talked it out. And the next time, all of a sudden, it's like, wow! Like this wasn't like wow, but it was like, you know what I mean?
No one on the planet Earth knows what the hell you mean.
You know what I'm talking about. Okay, you're nervous the first time, you're not
Oh my
thinking
God.
about it.
This is not okay.
These two. We should battle these two.
I will immediately choose this and then just not drink that.
Then we should blind them
I'm not doing that.
because
Because you're gonna put poison in me.
I'm
You're gonna
not.
put poison in
It's
my
not
mouth. It's
poison.
awful. It's
It's
terrible.
it's not.
Cannot do. Will
It's,
not recommend.
this
No.
is Town Branch where I was like, this tastes like chocolate, and you're like, this
This
tastes
tastes like
like
cat
cat piss.
piss.
Yeah.
Absolute cat piss. And this tastes like you're eating a field. And I'm not doing it. I don't want to eat fields. If I wanted to eat a field, I'd bake some freaking bread. Nah.
To be clear, I wouldn't buy any of these except this one.
The Russell is great.
I wouldn't.
I would still. This is fine for a rye. This is a great rye.
What's that cost? It's been a long time.
It's like 39 something, or maybe probably at this point with inflation, like 45. I don't know, but it's cheap. It's stupid cheap.
I,
It can't. I don't think it's more than 40 bucks.
on a personal
I
level,
would think it's probably closer to 25.
I think if I'm gonna buy a rye, another rye. There's a few others I would rather try than
Hmm.
buy this again before that.
Yeah,
And this one too with the Bulleit, and there is a lot of controversy about Tom Bulleit, the actual
sure.
person, and this, that, and the other. And again, I don't know it. He hasn't been convicted of anything. How's that?
Don't know.
But yeah, no, none of that. But like, because I've tried it and because I want to try Pikesville because Pikesville is that one that, Rittenhouse is a big one too. Like you hear a lot. It's Sazerac Rye.
Yeah,
Sazerac. People act like in Kentucky, they're like, oh my, when they go hunting, right? They're like,
Sazerac's hard to find, but
baby
we have
says,
it.
baby says. I'm like, it's on every shelf we have all the time for $30. It's
Yep.
never more expensive than roughly $30. And it's always there. It's
Yeah.
never out. So we got to try that at some point because it's Sazerac,
Sure.
right? So, and I assume it's probably 51% or something like it,
I don't
right?
know.
Maybe not. I don't know. But anyway. Nonetheless, I don't know. This wasn't as bad the second time through
It's
for
still
me.
bad though.
It's well, yeah. I'm not definitely not saying that. Don't it's not no. Yeah, I wouldn't buy it. I'm not
I'm
buying
not
it,
buying it. Not doing it.
but it's not going to stop me from buying Whistle Pig's other offerings.
Sure.
That's what I would say.
That's not what I would say about Town Branch, but again, I'm only saying that because I
I
don't
tricked
believe this has been
you. I
opened.
was buy the maple stout barrel town branch thing and just
He
try
wanted to
that.
end the show, is what he wanted to do. If that ever ends up in my mouth, you are immediately kicked out and refuse to come back.
Oh God. I'll be like, this was Town Branch mixed with HC, and you'll be
Good
like,
day.
this was
I
my
said
my
good day.
favorite, like everything.
It's time for you to leave. You gotta go. No more.
I still didn't. I will say this: the Russell's Rye. I still
It was very good.
this or anything else. I've never tasted mint. I've never
No.
got a mint. Like I don't know. Have you ever gotten a mint on any bourbon or whiskey or rye or anything you've ever had?
Yeah, once or twice.
All
It's
right,
it's like a it's like the burn part is what they're talking about. Like the burn kind of tastes a little minty. I think
right.
it's
I just
it's a
yeah.
hard way to explain, but I don't know. So
We
yeah,
should yeah. Anyway.
I think we have to end this episode because I have to go brush my teeth several times to get that stank out of my mouth.
Wow,
I'm neat.
I'm rocks.
Don't buy Whistle Pig 10 year.